Hello everyone, today I'll be continuing the public administration. So last video de moi lesson 1 complete kurse, that is introduction to public administration. Uda de mon postcorp shigi. So today is lesson 2 and in this class I'll be explaining you about public and private administration. Public or private administration differences ki ase duti da aro similarity differences aro similarity. So this may come for 2 marks 5 marks or 20 marks 10 marks also. So this is a very big topic and I'll explain you first public or private administration meaning the case it is there. First we'll go to the 2 marks. 2 marks kane ki hudiwo possible question do and possible 10 marks question and possible 20 marks for GS2 answer ready. So first 2 marks kane question the ki hudiwo nishna thakile do. For 2 marks the question may be asked as what is public and private administration. 2 marks. So 2 marks la what do you understand by public and private administration, or what do you mean by public and private administration? So your answer should be precise. That is, first the public administration is the administration that is run by the government, and private administration is a type of administration that is run by private or business individuals. Ingaliko for 2 marks. No need to write explain much for answer writing, and also you will not get much time to explain. So itu simple ba duita line de public administration do ki ase and private administration ki ase gonna explain kro in just 4 lines. That will fetch you 2 marks. So answer to kina liko public and private administration. Public administration refers to the administration. Public administration refers to the administration which operates in the government setting. So itu operates in the government setting. That is public administration that works or operates in the government setting as a first though. Second though, next though, private administration refers to administration in non-governmental or business, that is business enterprises. So this is the answer for 2 marks. Aro public administration ke governmental administration bhi koi, aro private administration ke business administration ko na bhi koi. So I hope you understood this, and this question may be asked for 2 marks, so you can note it down. Next, what is the differences between public and private administration? Maybe asked for 10 marks or if possible 20 marks karnewa. That is, question may be asked in GS2. That is, what are the similarities and differences between public and private administration. So the question may be asked in this way. So let us start the answer. So first, public or private administration na hunishigule de ki dimak de. That is, first though public administration do ki azukle do we are using just our basic knowledge. That is public to idu government la under des, because public refers to people, or people basically to we directly correspond to the government. Aro private kushigule to ki ase, private kushigule to something related to the business, or ekta it is run by an individual. So this is one difference, that is it is run by two different organizations. So let's take a look at some of the examples. That is the differences between public and private administration. The first difference is the political direction. Political direction in the sense like public administration. Public administration itu since public run kore, so it refers to the government. Our government do ki kum run kore, that is the ministers or the council of ministers. So they are under the political control. However, private administration private kando kun la under divine, they do as they will. The first the political direction. The political character of public administration differentiates it from private administration. Public administration is subject to political direction and control. Political direction and control. I'll tell you an example. For example, you are the deputy commissioner, or the election has election is going to be held. So the government, that is the run by the chief minister and council of minister, tells the deputy commissioner to invoke the moral code of conduct. So moral code of conduct to case election la time there you are not allowed to carry arms, no use of drugs, money, and also tila gari kanda regularly check under the moral code of conduct. So political deputy commissioner the ekta administrative head ekta, and since the politicians are giving instructions, so he is under the political control. So public administration case they are under the politicians or the political control. However, private administration though, they are free to do whatever they want. So you can write like this. Next, breadth and scope and impact. Breadth of scope, impact, and consideration means public administration though kuntu chaka cover kore. So for example, ekta deputy commissioner ekta, so he covers the, suppose he is the deputy commissioner of say Noklak. So tai Noklak te ki hoy, for example hospital kana sabo, or administration law and order be sabo, and also the roads connectivity kando sob under deputy commissioner. For example, he is the authority in the district disaster management authority. District ki disaster tai overlook kore, so he overlooks all the aspects. So ekta administrator to case tai sob aspect cover kore, health or society law and order etc. So as compared to private administration the businesses they may focus on only one. For example, the steel company tala head as so he'll only think about the steel, no other field. Or will be public administration the case sab jaga cover korle, health, law and order, connectivity, roads, transport, etc. So scope though, as compared to private administration, public administration no dangor. The private administration cannot claim the breadth of scope, impact, and consideration of the public administration. That is private administration but public administration ke nabongje ko in terms of data coverage. It involves policies and actions of immense complexity. Its fullest possible requires the understanding and wisdom of an anthropologist, historian, economist, socialist, political scientist, farmer, laborer, merchant, industrialist, banker, politician, philosopher, and many more. So, Kwan is na idu sob to ekta administrator ra kam ase to oversee this. So first is the political direction and second is the scope. Third to ke jigli to public accountability means public ke hunena nane. For example, in public administration, the public congress hai. So he is suppose a deputy commissioner of a district is accountable to the people. Manan, for example, idu district Noklak. I'm taking an example that in district Noklak, COVID-19 do beshi spread hoise. So the people will obviously complain to the deputy commissioner to take measures in order to control this outbreak. So the deputy commissioner come nakurile to the people will complain against the deputy commissioner and he may get transferred. So in this way, ekta public administrator ekta do he is accountable to the people. That people is the source of the power in a democracy. So the people idu manuange accountable ase. So public administration to manuange accountable ase. Private to they are not accountable to anyone except they focus on their business. So you can write this as public accountability. Public administration is characterized by public accountability in which private administration is free. Public administration has the function in its environment which consists of press means newspaper kan, political parties kan like kiki, queries kan, pressure groups kan, for example NGOs kan or HOHOs kan, civil societies kan and so forth. So public accountability is explained here. Next to principle of uniformity. Principle of uniformity in the sense like public administration do tai sob jaga de same hole. For example, the MNREGA scheme, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act do 100 days karne guarantee employment de to workers. For example, itu ekta deputy commissioner Noklak taiba implement kore jado MNREGA do. Same deputy commissioner Mon, he should apply the same scheme all over the district in same means alag diyo nabre. So this is the principle of uniformity. That is public administration do ta uniform mulile to be consistent in its treatment. In other words, the principle of consistency is the watchword of public administration. Will be private administration do kuntu jaga de business pala je tai utai de paisa de luwa. If his business is good in Noklak, then he will put more money there because his main motive is to earn profit. Will be suppose monde tai profit iman nakhai ekta private administration do. So he will not put he is getting lost there. So he will not put money there. So in one way he is differentiating the two districts. So this is the scope. This is the explanation for the principle of uniformity. That is a public administration de case gule do tai uniform ase sob jaga de in policy implementation holibe private administration do uniform noi. Next, principle of external financial control means public administration, that is idu public servant karna paisa do salary do kut pai. That is external financial control to idu salary bado. For example, in Nagaland idu Nagaland legislature kamba sai. That is the legislative kamba paisa to sai. Holibi in private administration idu legislature bana sai, idu do utu private organization ba sai. So to write the answer, you can write this as the finances of public administration are controlled by the legislature. In other words, legislature authorizes the income and expenditure of the executive branch, that is the public administration. Private administration do takan free ase kiman paisa dio mo jai salary do. principle of service motive. So the principle of service motive is that public administration do his main motive is what? Public service. That is monarchy serve kole, people can serve kole. The public administration main motive is public service, whereas in private administration the main motive is what? Profit, means paisa kiman kamai itu aja. So this is the answer. Next, legal framework. Public administration has to function within the legal framework, that is within the limits set by the law and rules and regulations. This makes the public administration rigid in its operation. Private administration are free on the other hand. So within the limits of the law. What does this mean? It means that, for example, deputy commissioners, so by election, this time election was so there are many riots as a law and order problem as a, so deputy commissioner wa CRPC section 144, that is kon be hilo no bro, means 5 or more people are not allowed to move together and shoot at sight, or arms act. It's sub to law and order. It on sub to legal framework as means constitution aro statutory law as iduwa control kore. Aro deputy commissioner to idu law ubitore kam kuro. So he is within the law, that is the legal framework. However, private administration to taiko legal framework lai taiko the profit take odate tai focus kuro. So this is the answer. Next, nature of function. Nature of function to ke bole to public administration do he covers a public administration covers a much wider area, much bigger area than private administration. It is more comprehensive than private administration. Its activities are more urgent and vital for the existence of society. Means public administration not do district do again jawa, and services can be monopolistic sometimes. Same be ho pare. Next, anonymity do public administration do under the ministers come kore. So ekta policy bal jasikle do ministers can praise by holibe idula main kam gondo public administrator, that is the deputy commissioner bolaina EAC tak, and below all work under this, but the main praise is won by the ministers. So anonymity means takan bal kam kurile minister kan nam bal kamo. So the principle of anonymity is practiced. Next, effective efficiency measurement. So efficiency measurement means if you look at the public and private administration, private administration bishi efficient as it means manoan balba kam kore as compared to the public administration, means tai function bishi hogone tai sob jaga de time dibo na pare. Hole private administration no kali ekta jaga de focus kore. So and because of this, the private administration is more efficient as compared to the public administration. So you can write like this. So this is the differences between public and private administration. So what is the differences between public and private administration? If we look at this, first it will be the political direction and differences between public and private administration. The first political direction as that is public administration under the politician as a private administration to they are free from political control. Next, breadth and scope means public administration taila scope to bishi dangor je because he has to focus on many things as compared to the private organization. Public accountability to ke jubli do the public administration is accountable to the people, whereas private administration do couldn't be accountable nai. Next to uniformity, that is public administration do tai uniform hole consistent hole, whereas private administration do consistent hole nalage. Next to financial, that is finance. Public administration do tana salary do legislature kambae holiwe sel do private administration do they do not depend on the legislature for their salary. Next to service motive to public administration do public service ase, private administration do profit motive ase. Legal framework to ke jukle do number 7 do legal to within the laws of public administration the private to they don't need to follow rules, strict rules and regulation. Next, function. Public administration do tai dangor function ase aro tai function nogre do society kotam hojo, so he is very vital for the functioning of the society. Anonymity do ke jukle do balgam gurelwe at the end of minister kambai nam kamai. Next, efficiency do public administration do less efficient as compared to private administration. So these are the 10 points you can write for your exam. That is done. Next, itu the differences there means alag tajan public or private to alag in terms of this. However, tajan na similarity भी है means एक ता दुईटा जगह दिवे मिला बचे. First to management technique skills planning, organizing, coordinating and controlling have same in both, means manoangi manage kurala manoangi jama kurala, so these are same. Both have uniform in accounting, filing, stock statistics, stocking, etc. Accounting means paisa kiman jai public administration hojikle do audit le. In the same way private administration can be audit le. Next to ke jukle do both are organized in a hierarchy manner. Hierarchy means, for example, administration ekta department de ekta public administration department de head to director. In the same way ekta company de ekta CEO thakibo, chief operating officer idula under de additional CEO, additional chief operating operator, chief executive officer, etc. So ekta hierarchy maintain kore means chutu dangor ba chutu. Next to 4 is what are influenced by the practices and standards of each other, means public administration or private administration do tajan bi mila baji kurna kam grow, and both have similarities in as far as problems of organization, personal and finances are concerned. In terms of organization manu kiman jon lake do private or public tv same as a personal, means hierarchy de. For example, dangor bachi do ekta department de director je ekta company CEO, so idula nije de additional director nga ide additional CEO nga, so both follows a hierarchy means from top to bottom. This next is similarity between them is demonstrated by the fact that there is a mutual exchange and rotation of personnel between the two, means duita do milabaji kunabi kam krobre. So with this the public private administration has been completed. I hope you understood something, and if you want to have free classes for NPSC, you can join in the Telegram channel which will be provided in the description below. So thank you for watching and have a great time.